Right. Hi. So I'm just going to make some mushroom soup. I'm just sort of starting it now. I only just bought, this is the first time I've bought tarragon, and it's the first time I've made mushroom soup. So it's a bit of an experiment. We'll see how it goes. I'm usually quite good at these sort of things. I won't lie to you if it comes out badly. It shouldn't take long, about just over 10 minutes, I think. It's all starting now. I'll show you what I'm doing. So I've got these mushrooms here in this like thing. They've just been soaking in some chicken stock that I've just made. The chicken stock was still warm. Can you see that? Right, yeah. So these are like porcini mushrooms. Like just like these little, you can see them there, some sort of like boletus, I think. Just dried. I've just been soaking them to reconstitute them. Then I've got these mushrooms, which I've got, these are like fresh ones. What's happened to that? Turn that down a bit. I think, oops. Dear. So organised. Okay, so these ones are maitake. I've only just discovered these ones recently. I'm just going to fry those in butter while I'm heating those, cooking those other things up, and they're going to go in together. So I'm just making one portion of soup. Homemade ghee. Just going to put like a big dollop of homemade ghee in like that from grass-fed butter. Fry the mushrooms, fresh ones. What is this? That's the wrong one. There's some other mushrooms. Oh look, they don't want to come out. Getting a bit moist in there. Oh, that's quite a nice lot, isn't it? These are red and white mushrooms. I'm going to chuck them in there and cook them for 10 minutes, because if you cook them for 10 minutes, it turns the stuff in there into the more active version. I think mucimol into muscarine or something like that. So that's going in, and they taste quite nice as well. Bit of salt and pepper. I mean, soup's pretty easy to make. You can't really go wrong with it. That's what I thought. I'm just getting a bit sad now. I've got some wild garlic here. I'm just going to put some of these stalks in. They're still quite like got a bit of life in them. That's going to go just to give it a bit of oniony flavour. And the other ingredient is tarragon. As I said, I only just discovered tarragon. I've been meaning to try it for a long time. It's one of those things, I've never tried it before. I mean, I did try it yesterday. I made a mushroom sandwich. It says it's supposed to be like good with chicken and fish, but I just thought to myself, it's going to go with mushrooms because a lot of mushrooms have got like a fishy sort of flavour. And, you know, a bit of a chickeny sort of texture and flavour depending on how you cook them. So it's got a kind of anisey flavour. Can't really notice it from smelling it, but when you chop it up and put it in things, it's got a slight, quite a pleasant, mild aniseed sort of flavour. So I think it's going to go really well with this this mushroom soup. How much to use? I'm not going to use too much, just like a little handful, like just because I don't want to overpower it. Yeah, that's got a nice aniseed flavour, I like that. Yeah, these mushrooms are giving off a sort of bit of a fishy smell, which is okay. They're really nice mushrooms, these maitake mushrooms. Really nice texture and flavour. Right, that's starting to boil nicely. Good. I should keep an eye on the time. What's the time? Right, I've got about 8 minutes to boil them for. Let's open the chat up. Okay. Tarragon. Yeah, I think they're about done. It's like I'm not going to cook them too much. I'm going to put them, boil these mushrooms in with the rest of the mixture because I don't want to fry them too much. I don't want them to go sort of too cooked, fried. So they're going to go in with the other mushrooms. Put the salt in there. Right, so I'll just let that simmer for 5 minutes, I think, just while I make a cigarette. So, pretty easy stuff. And I've never made mushroom soup before as well, so I've never had tarragon, never made mushroom soup before. I'm expecting it to be spectacular. Oh dear. And because I've been drinking earlier, I'm going to have some of my fermented garlic because just to get some live enzymes and stuff, and you know, for my digestion. Oops. Okay then. We're doing for time. Okay. A few more minutes. Yeah, I've had these red and white mushrooms since last year. I thought they might as well I might as well find a way of using them up. And I've got those porcini mushrooms, they needed using up. Okay, so we're nearly done now. Must be another 2 minutes, I think, to cook. Turn the heat off now. I'll just carry on cooking on the hob. I've got one of those old-fashioned electric cookers, so I can turn the heat off and it will just carry on cooking. It takes a few minutes for it to cool down the hot plate. Then what I'm going to do is put it in a jar and blend it with a whizzy stick with a bit of olive oil, just to sort of turn it into a soup. That should be done. And then we'll have a taste test. Ah. I smell the tarragon. It's got the aniseed flavour coming from the tarragon. It seems to go well with the mushroom flavour. I mean, because mushrooms haven't got a lot of flavour, have they? That's why I use these porcini mushrooms and the mateki mushrooms cooked in butter. So I'm going to get more flavour. They're going to have quite a lot more flavour than your normal mushrooms. How are we doing for time? Yeah, that's about ready now. Yeah. Oh, I was going to give it another minute just to be on the safe side because I want the fly Garlic mushrooms to cook properly to transform as I said, the muscarine into mucimol, or the mucimol into muscarine, whatever it is. So I get the full benefits with it. First time I had them was a long time ago. I've not really had them for a long time. Probably, yeah, getting on for 30 years, 25 years ago. Never had them before. I took them cooked in milk, and for about 5 days it seemed like Christmas had come early. I must have took them in November or sometime in November, and it seemed like Christmas had come early. I just felt great, really sort of healthy and strong, and could think really clearly, and felt really relaxed and warm. I'm quite looking forward to this. Okay, right, I'm going to start using it up now. Okay, so that's what it looks like in the jar. It doesn't look like much. It's not very much, really. I'm just going to put a glug of olive oil in there so that when I blend it together, it should come out looking a bit creamier than that, because that doesn't look very creamy, does it? Oh, that looks too thick. Oh well. Oh, that tastes great. It actually does taste really good. It's very thick, but not too thick, you know, still okay as a thick soup. I mean, most soups like this probably wouldn't have quite as many mushrooms in, and so it wouldn't be as thick, but it's still okay. Yeah, very rich tasting. Yeah, the tarragon just seems like perfect. Like just giving that nice aniseedy flavour in the background. The wild garlic's just giving it a little bit of edge, of a little bit of oniony flavour, but not too much. So it's not overpowering the mushrooms at all. Yeah, the chicken stock's just giving it that nice depth and sort of makes it taste really nourishing and rich. Of course, it would be nice with some bread and butter or something to dip in it, but I'm not going to have any bread with it. Yeah, I thought this is how I was hoping it would taste. It's just really nice. And it's probably going to make me feel great as well. I mean, I'd be really happy if I got this in a restaurant. I've had mushroom soup before in a restaurant and it wasn't as good as this. It was good, but this is better, I think. Yeah. I mean, these are some of the best mushrooms you can use for soups, I think. The porcini ones, they're quite common to use in soups. The maitake is just a really popular speciality mushroom. It's just really good. They're just one of the tastiest mushrooms. Mm. Oh yeah. Sometimes I don't eat enough soups. I just find them really comforting. A nice soup. So easy to digest. Just really easy to eat. As I got older, I just found I'm going to start eating more soups because as you get older, you just want to be eating more soups. I think, and there's so much you can fit so much goodness into a soup with the stock. You can have it at the beginning of a meal as like a starter, sort of prepare your stomach for the rest of your food. Mm. It's like I'm not having to struggle with this at all. It's like it's really tasty. Considering I haven't even looked at a recipe and it's just. Mm. I mean, it's a bit thick. It's it's going to really fill me up. It's like a proper meal here. A bit of bread with it would, that would really, if you eat bread, I don't really much, except gluten-free bread. Okay. Well, you're probably fed up with me watching me eat now. So I'm going to probably make another video tomorrow, probably, or later on today, and see if I've got any effect from these red and white mushrooms. Because, you know, it just tastes like mushroom soup. They don't really taste, they just taste like mushrooms. But I'll put a nice healthy amount in there, like a couple of good heaped teaspoonfuls. So see if it does something. They vary a lot in strength, so they might not do anything. But anyway, yeah, it's a great way to eat them. Set them down. Excellent. See, how could I have improved it? I could have like used a bit more stock, make it into like you know, more liquid. I'd maybe done 2 soups, but because it's mushroom soup, I wanted to eat it all straight away. Didn't want to like let it cool it down and heat it up again. Yeah, it's gone down really well so far. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.